Hello, powerful beings. I'm Mia. Welcome to Magic Whispers, the space where we cultivate spirituality and personal development without dogmas or prejudices. Today we're going to talk about the total solar eclipse that will take place on April 8th. We'll briefly review the mythology of different cultures related to this phenomenon and explore how we can use the solar eclipse as a catalyst for personal development. Let's begin.
Thanks, Mia, for the intro. Today you're not on the spaceship, Mia. Did you come down to Earth to see the eclipse? I think that's awesome. Many people are saying that bad things will happen on the day of the eclipse, but I don't have a crystal ball. What I do know is that we have the ability to interpret and give meaning to everything we perceive in this holographic universe that we perceive as physical. As Epictetus, the Greek philosopher of the Stoic school, who lived much of his life as a slave, said, "It's not things that upset us, it's our judgment about things." So, I choose to use this eclipse to my advantage as an opportunity to focus on what I want and to grow. To provide some context, on Monday, April 8th, there will be a total solar eclipse. North and Central America will be able to witness this remarkable astronomical event. The Sun, Earth, and Moon will align, with the latter intersecting the path of sunlight before it reaches our planet. In other words, the Moon will be at a point in its orbit where it will align perfectly with the Sun and cover it. Experts recommend observing the eclipse using the appropriate eye protection to avoid eye damage. Special glasses with certified solar filters are needed. Regarding the etymology, the term eclipse comes from the Greek eklypsis, which means disappearance or abandonment, referring to the momentary disappearance of light. Solar eclipse in ancient cultures. Different civilizations throughout history reacted to and interpreted total solar eclipses differently. In ancient China, it was interpreted that the sun was being eaten by dragons. In contrast, in Vietnam, it was thought to be devoured by a frog or toad. The earliest Chinese records of eclipses date back to 1361 BCE. This is the oldest verifiable eclipse in the history of any people. Others consider the oldest known solar eclipse to have occurred in China on October 24, 2137 BCE. In some regions of West Africa, the eclipse was a moment when the sun, masculine, and the moon, feminine, extinguished their light to have a romance. This phenomenon was referred to by the Mapuche people as Lai Untu or Lan Untu, meaning the death of the sun. The Mapuche inhabited Arauco, or the territory corresponding to the present-day La Araucanía region in Chile, and later expanded eastward to the Andes Mountains, now Argentina. The fear that this phenomenon instilled in people stemmed from the fact that the sun was an important deity for this culture, and its eclipse was interpreted as a loss of power, instilling fear. In Mesoamerica, however, eclipses were associated with a great feline that symbolically devoured the most venerated deity, the Sun Father. The sun was considered a generous god that provided light and warmth, and whose movement marked the order that should govern time. In ancient times in Mesoamerica, a solar eclipse represented a critical moment for the sun, implying a state of immobility of the sun, which required certain rituals to restore its normal course. This is why pre-Hispanic priest astronomers felt the need to deepen their knowledge of celestial phenomena, because what happened in the sky was considered an omen that influenced many transcendental decisions. For many ancient cultures, eclipses, like comets, were interpreted as a bad omen. At that time, they were unpredictable phenomena that occurred in the place where the gods dwelled, the sky. In the early 20th century, science was able to better understand this natural phenomenon, and it ceased to be unpredictable. It is no longer feared because books explaining to the population in simple terms how this phenomenon occurs emerged. Eclipses and esotericism. The relationship between the total solar eclipse and esotericism, as well as magic, has been a subject of interest and speculation in various cultures and traditions throughout history. In many ancient cultures, solar eclipses were viewed as events of great spiritual and symbolic significance, associated with omens, transformations, and cosmic changes. It is believed that during a solar eclipse, the barriers between the physical and spiritual worlds become thinner, allowing greater access to inner wisdom and connection with cosmic forces. In the practice of magic, solar eclipses are also considered auspicious moments for introspection, performing rituals related to personal growth, transformation, and manifestation of desires. Some magical traditions harness the intense energy of a solar eclipse to work on specific goals, such as healing or protection. For example, in the tradition of modern witchcraft, some practitioners may perform a ritual during a solar eclipse to work on releasing old patterns or negative energies and to establish new intentions for the future. This ritual may involve lighting candles, invoking deities or natural elements, and visualizing desired outcomes while the eclipse is underway. The solar eclipse acts as a focal point for magical and spiritual energy, providing an optimal moment to focus on personal magic and inner transformation. It is important to note that magical practices vary considerably among different traditions and individual practitioners, and the focus and execution of such rituals may differ according to personal beliefs and preferences. I want to clarify that when I mention modern witchcraft, I refer to a broad term that encompasses various contemporary spiritual and magical practices, inspired by ancestral traditions but also incorporating more recent influences and adaptations. Modern witchcraft is often associated with movements like Neopaganism, Wicca, and other forms of alternative spirituality. This term can mean different things to different people, and specific practices and beliefs can vary significantly among individuals and communities identifying with this term. In general, modern witchcraft tends to adopt a more inclusive and eclectic perspective compared to traditional practices and may incorporate elements from various cultures, philosophies, and belief systems. Its practitioners often work alone or in small groups and may focus on cultivating a personal connection with nature, exploring magic and spirituality, and developing self-awareness and empowerment. Antonio Polito de Sabato, a Venezuelan astrologer with recognized experience in Europe, asserts that eclipses are keys to the evolution of humanity. They are moments of darkness, black interruptions in a universe of light. They are games of light in the sky, but unlike day and night, or lunar phases that have a certain regularity, eclipses occur under a somewhat irregular pattern and at points in the zodiac with different meanings, the expert revealed, detailing that if we add their interaction with the rest of the planets, they offer a variety of messages that bring answers and teaching. In summary, the relationship between the total solar eclipse, esotericism, and magic is complex and diverse, varying according to the beliefs and traditions of different cultures and spiritual practices. Eclipse as a catalyst for personal development. When the moon blocks the sunlight, a shadow is cast that can be interpreted as a moment of introspection and reflection. It's an opportunity to analyze our deepest goals and dreams. A very useful question to ask ourselves is, are our goals aligned with our desires? If the answer is negative, we should make some changes in our lives to find coherence between what we think, feel, and do. A solar eclipse is an opportunity to connect with our hearts, and by being aware of our desires, we can establish goals and an action plan to achieve them. In general, eclipses are conducive moments for personal development. By aligning ourselves with what we truly want for our lives, we will need to let go of anything that does not contribute positively to make room for new situations aligned with our desires. It's a time to reinvent ourselves and design an improved version of ourselves, but always rooted in our being, anchored in our spirit. At Magic Whispers, we affirm that the spirit, the spark of the absolute, is always a silent observer that can inspire and enlighten our minds. Then, from that center of stillness and peace, we can design projects, plans, and take action. We propose 3 activities. 1. Pose the following question: are my goals aligned with what I truly desire? If not, I will need to make some changes in my life. 2. Meditate. Finding a space of stillness that clarifies the mind is always beneficial for overall health and to renew energies. You can meditate at home or find a serene place in nature, which would be great. 3. Write down your goals and action plan in a notebook, After connecting with your desires, it's advisable to put them on paper to define the steps to follow. You can write down what you want to achieve in one column, next to it, in another column, what you need to do to achieve it. And in a third column at the same height, express the fulfilled desire in the present moment. That's all for today. Remember that you are stars. Don't let yourselves be eclipsed.
If you found value in this video, I invite you to join our community by subscribing and ringing the notification bell. Let's stay connected on this journey of spiritual growth and personal development. Thank you for being here, mighty beings. Until next time, may your spirits be empowered and your path filled with light. See you soon.